Welcome back to the online sessions on AEC. So in the last session, we have done with the basic differences between the positive and negative feedback amplifier circuits, basic amplifiers, and we understood what is basically a feedback is. Feedback is something like giving a part of the output to the input is known as basically feedback. And next is based on the type of the topology or feedback connection present in the circuit. We normally going to have four types of amplifiers. That means whenever we wanted to configure an amplifier, we normally apply the feedback connections. So by applying the various feedback connections, we can form four types of amplifiers, such as voltage amplifiers, current amplifiers, transconductance, and trans resistance amplifiers. So therefore, here topologies are going to play a vital role in understanding about the type of the amplifiers that are really formed due to the feedback connections. Now there are four types of topologies known as voltage series, current series, voltage shunt, current shunt. Now the name given to these topologies is simply based on the definition of the feedback. What is the definition of the feedback we have? Part of the output applied to the input is known as feedback. So the first term is going to be related to the output which is sampled. The second term in the topology is simply related to the feedback applied to the input circuit. That means, see here in the case of this voltage series, now we have the parameters, electrical parameters going to be voltage and current, because we either going to sample the voltage or we going to sample the current. So either voltage or current are going to get sampled from the output, and this voltage or current is normally going to get applied as a voltage or current to the input. That means there are going to be two possibilities at the output, either voltage or current. There are going to be two possibilities at the output, either voltage or current. So in the input and as well as in the output, we either going to have the voltage or current. So therefore, put together, we normally going to have four types of topologies by combining all of them. So here in the case of this voltage series type of topology, output sampled, the sampled output is going to be in terms of voltage. How it is applied? It is applied in a series fashion to the input. That means we simply going to apply the output voltage to the input such that the input voltage is going to increase, is something like called as series connection. Similarly here, voltage shunt, output is uh, output is sampled as a voltage, and the sampled output voltage is applied to the input such that the current the current to the input circuit is normally going to increase, which is called shunt. So therefore, we normally going to sample the output as current, and input is applied as a input is applied as uh, a series connection or a shunt connection. So in series, input voltage is increased. In shunt, input current is normally going to increase. So thereby, we normally going to form four types of topologies. That means, in the case of topology, while writing the name for a given topology, we should know about what type of sample you are taking as the output and how you are adding it to the input. So if you take the output sample as a voltage, we write here as a voltage, and that sampled output voltage, if it is applied in series to the input circuit, we simply call it as a series. So such that we simply call such a topology as a voltage series topology. Similarly, voltage shunt topology, that means output is sampled as a voltage, and the input, that sampled output voltage is applied to the input in shunt to the input circuit, is called voltage shunt. The next one is going to be current series and current shunt. Output is taken as a current and it is applied to the input circuit in series. Therefore, we call it as a current series. Similarly, current shunt kind of a topology. So these four are the topologies which are really going to be very much important for us to understand in understanding about the feedback amplifier. Now let us try to understand about the topology somewhat in a more elaborate manner. The word topology has got two terms, as we discussed just now, has got term 1 and term 2. So therefore, we call it as term 1 and term 2. First term is going to give sampled output in terms of either voltage or current. Second term is going to provide a method of applying the sample to the input of the amplifier in terms of either series or shunt. So that means two terms we can divide. First term is going to be sampled output. Second term is going to be the form, the form by which we normally going to apply the sampled signal to the input circuit. So thereby we can have the topology term called as voltage series. So voltage is nothing but term 1, series is nothing but term 2 for us. And this block diagram we discussed in the last class, which contains various blocks. The feedback circuit contains various blocks. The first block is going to be the external input signal source, and the next block is going to be mixer circuit, the where the input from the external source and the feedback signal from the sample network is applied, and the mixer circuit is going to produce the error signal, which is known as input signal to the open loop amplifier circuit, and which is applied to the sampling network, and the sampling network is going to sample the signal, and once again it is going to apply to the mixer circuit via the feedback network. And this feedback network is going to be a combination of RC or some other circuits, whereas sampling is simply going to be a junction point or some other circuit, whereas RL is going to be the load resistance or a driver circuit, which we normally going to connect, which is normally being driven by this particular feedback amplifier circuit. So like this is the basic block diagram which we have seen, which we have discussed, and V naught is usually the output voltage for us. In the last session, we discussed about the various terms such as Xi, nothing but input signal, X naught output signal, XF is nothing but feedback signal. Okay, and similarly, IF is the feedback current, XS is going to be the input signal source, input signal source. So thereby we can just simply draw the schematic diagram something like this. Now this diagram is going to show both positive as well as negative feedback. If you're drawing the negative feedback block diagram, schematic diagram, just simply replace this plus minus with just minus sign. If it is going to be the block diagram for the positive feedback amplifier, then simply replace this plus minus by plus symbol. That is what the basic block diagram for positive and negative feedback amplifier circuits. So let us try to understand this feedback configuration now. The above block diagram is going to contain how many blocks we have? Various blocks containing feedback connections as 3 networks: sampling network at the output, feedback network, beta to give a portion of the output in terms of voltage or current, and mixer network to mix the external input signal and the feedback signal. So primarily it is going to have 3 components. Anyway, amplifier is the one which is going to be the heart of the circuit, which has to be there. Apart from this, we are going to have other circuits elements such as sampling network, normally used to sample either voltage or current, feedback circuit. So this feedback network is normally used to apply the sampled output in terms of either voltage or current to the input circuit. Mixer circuit is normally going to use to mix up the external input signal and the feedback signal, right? So mixing is done in terms of addition or in terms of subtraction. That is how the mixing is normally done here. So these are the most important elements in the feedback configuration. So amplifier is always going to operate for the input signal. Say for example, if there is no input signal, amplifier is not going to produce any output, because any system, amplifier is a system which is going to produce the desired output for the given input signal. So therefore, these are the 3 important elements in the amplifier basic block diagram. Now, types of negative feedback amplifiers, or we can say classification of negative feedback amplifiers. This is what I was talking to you. That means we normally apply negative feedback to the amplifier, open loop amplifier circuit, to change its characteristics. That means they will be classified into some other types of the amplifiers. such as voltage amplifier, transresistance amplifier, transconductance amplifier, current amplifiers. So like this, we're going to have several types of amplifiers. So the following amplifiers can be used to amplify small signals. Now what we mean by small signal, any voltage which is less than 1 volt is simply termed as a small signal for us, called as a small signal amplifiers that can be formed. So the following amplifiers can be used to amplify small signals called as small signal amplifiers. What amplifiers can be formed by the negative feedback? Voltage amplifier can be made by the voltage series feedback topology or connection. So voltage amplifier is going to give us the voltage gain. That means output voltage by the input voltage. The next is trans resistance amplifier can be made by the voltage shunt feedback connection. That means output is voltage, input is going to be current. Voltage by current is known as what? Resistance. That means it simply works like a transfer of resistance value from input side to the output side. Thereby we form a trans resistance type of the amplifier circuit. The next one is going to be transconductance amplifier, can be made by current series feedback. Output is current, input is going to be voltage. So current by voltage is reverse of resistance, that is called conductance. So therefore we call it as a transconductance. Why it is called trans? Because we are moving from input side to the output side. It is what called a transferring signal in the positive direction. That is called transfer. In the reverse direction, if you come, when you apply input, when you normally going to come in a reverse order, then we simply call it as a reverse voltage gain. So already we know that by the use of H parameters, already we discussed that. Exactly similar to that, we simply give the name as trans resistance, trans conductance. Then last configuration we can form as going to be current amplifier, can be made by current shunt feedback connections. So these can be called as classification of amplifiers. These can be called as, configurations that we can get by the negative feedback amplifiers. Okay, or these can be called as types of the amplifiers. So among these three, any name you can give it to the negative feedback amplifiers, which can be formed after the feedback connections. Now the above four topologies can be remembered easily to form the respective amplifiers by the following analogy. Now we have to remember these topologies compulsorily. Okay, so because by understanding, that means by seeing the circuit diagram, we should be in a position to identify the topology. A circuit diagram will be given to us, and by seeing the circuit diagram, we should able to figure out what type of feedback topology is involved in this type of the amplifier circuit. In a particular type of the amplifier circuit, what type of topology is involved, that has to be understood. So for that, there is a small trick to understand. So that's why the above four topologies can be remembered easily to form a respective amplifiers by the this analogy, following analogy. So let us suppose voltage series feedback topology we are discussing. Voltage means what? Output sample from the voltage is sampled from output. We know that means directly output is taken. If the output is taken across output terminals, it is called voltage sample. What about series mixing? Series mixing means what? That is the feedback signal considered as voltage. Series mixing means what? Feedback signal is considered as voltage. So series mixing is that done at the input signal. What about output current? Current is sampled from the output rather than the voltage. Shunt mixing at the input. That means we apply the sample signal to the input in a shunt fashion. That means shunt means what? Input current is normally going to get improved or increased. That is XF is considered as a current. So let us say that the above analogies, from the above analogy we say that series mixing at the input results into voltage at the input. That means series mixing at the input results into increasing or improving the voltage at the input Vi. Shunt mixing at the input results into improving the current at the input. So thereby we can just simply write the expressions for gain. So ultimately for deriving the expressions, we should write down the expressions for gain, which is very, very important. Now let us try to write the gain equation for voltage series amplifier. In the case of voltage series amplifier, what is output? Output sampled as a voltage, so therefore V naught. Series mixing means what? Input voltage is going to get improved, therefore VI. In the case of voltage shunt, output is anyway voltage taken on this side, input side is applied as shunt. Because it is shunt, input current is going to get improved, therefore I. So therefore, voltage by current is nothing but the resistance. So we call this type of amplifier formed is going to be called as trans resistance amplifier, whose gain is equal to capital R suffix M. So here in this case, in the case of voltage series, voltage amplifier is normally going to get formed by this configuration or topology, where the gain we can write as AV. This capital A is nothing but expression for gain. Suffix V is going to resemble as the voltage gain. Similarly, current series. Let us come to current series. In the case of current series, what is output sample? Output is sampled as a current, therefore I naught. Series mixing means what? It is going to improve the input voltage, so VI. So current by voltage is conductance. Therefore, we call it as a trans conductance because we are moving from input to the output in the forward direction. Therefore, we call it as a trans conductance. Then the gain we can write as equal to capital G suffix M. Then similarly, current shunt feedback topology. In the case of this current shunt, what is output? Output is current. What is input? Because of shunt mixing, input current is normally going to get affected. So therefore, here the gain is nothing but equal to output as a current, input as current. Current by current is nothing but current gain. Output current by input current is current gain. So we can write this as AI. A suffix I stands for current, A stands for gain. So we can call it as current gain. So this we can call it as trans conductance gain. This is called trans resistance gain, and it is a voltage gain of the amplifier circuit. And we have seen in the differences, due to the negative feedback, the gain of the amplifier is normally going to decrease. Bandwidth is normally going to increase. Okay, input impedance is going to increase, output impedance is going to decrease. That means due to the negative feedback, what parameters are going to get affected? Gain is going to get affected. Gain of the amplifier with feedback, that is overall gain of the amplifier, is going to get affected. Bandwidth is going to get affected. Input resistance is going to get affected, or input impedance is going to get affected, and output resistance or impedance is normally going to get affected due to the negative feedback connection. So now we have seen in the earlier discussion that negative feedback amplifiers decreases the gain of the amplifier. Already we have proved this equation in the previous session as AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta, where capital A is nothing but the open loop gain of the amplifier. 1 plus A beta is nothing but sensitivity of the amplifier. So hence we say that gain of all the types of negative feedback amplifiers, such as voltage amplifier, current amplifier, trans resistance amplifier, trans conductance amplifiers, are going to decrease by a factor of 1 plus A beta. See, one thing which is most important for us to really remember is all these four types of amplifiers, such as voltage amplifier, current amplifier, trans resistance, trans conductance amplifiers, or all of them are going to be the various types of the negative feedback amplifiers. So all negative feedback amplifier, for all the negative feedback amplifiers, the gain is going to decrease by 1 plus A beta. This is what very important. That means this formula is applied to all four types of amplifiers. What is going to be the difference here in the various types of amplifiers? If the amplifier is a voltage amplifier, we normally going to replace this A by AV. If the amplifier is going to be called as a current amplifier, we replace A by simply AI. If it is going to be like trans resistance amplifier, we replace A by RM. If it is trans conductance, we replace by GM. This is what the basic difference you should remember in your mind. That means if you know one formula, you can apply the same formula to all types of amplifiers. So buy one, get three free. So this is what we have to remember here. Whenever we normally going to write the formula for formula for gain, in the case of various types of amplifiers. So now here I am writing the formulas for gain formulas for various types of amplifiers. First of all, voltage amplifier, it uses voltage series feedback. Therefore, the gain is replaced by voltage gain. So see the formula here. I got A. This A is replaced with AV, right? This formula remains as it is, and this is going to be AF. So we can call this further as AVF. A suffix VF I can write as, which is going to be the gain with feedback. Similarly, current amplifier uses current shunt feedback. So I replace A by AI. That's it. AIF I can write is equal to AI by 1 plus A beta. Same formula I'm writing here. Trans resistance amplifier, it uses voltage and feedback. Output is voltage, input is current. This is called resistance. Therefore, I replace A by RM here. Same formula as it is. Transconductance, we replace A by GM here. Same formula will write. So transconductance can be found by using current series feedback configurations. That means by a particular topology, you should be in a position to understand what type of amplifier we can form and what is going to be the expression for the closed loop gain of the appropriate amplifiers. These two are, this is what the important concern for us to really remember over here. So before we end up our session, let us try to uh, go or remember certain important things. Now, one parameter we have discussed, which is known as the gain of the amplifier. The other parameter we have discussed going to be input resistance, output resistance. Let us see how the input resistance, output resistance are simply going to get affected, Let us see input output impedances of various negative feedback amplifiers, how they are going to get affected. First of all, see voltage series. Now you should know the representations or understanding of the Thevenin's voltage source and Norton's current source. The basic explanation or the basic understanding of Thevenin's voltage source, Norton's current source has to be understood here in order to figure out what could be the value for input and output resistance for various topologies. So now, first topology is voltage series topology. Output is voltage sample, input is applied as series. So in case of voltage, say for example, if you are when you sample voltage, we consider that output circuit is replaced by a voltage source. Now what should be the internal resistance of an ideal voltage source? It should be zero. It should be zero. Therefore, the output resistance of the transistor amplifier with feedback should tend to zero. Similarly, series. Series means what? At the input side, due to the series mixing, input voltage is going to get affected. Now we know the formula for voltage. Voltage formula is equal to V is equal to I into R. In V is equal to I into R, V is going to get replaced by R. Now I should not change. That means we understand that voltage is going to increase. So in the formula for V into I, when I is constant, when the R increases, then only the I increases, then only the V increases. Therefore, the input resistance should increase. So this is how we remember the various parameters like input resistance, output resistance for various types of topology. Let us examine this for current series. In the case of current series, output is taken as current. So from where we get the current? From current source we get the current. So output circuit is treated as a current source. When it is treated as a current source, what is the internal resistance of a Norton's current source? It should be infinity. Therefore, R naught should tend to infinity. Mixing is series mixing. Series mixing means what? Voltage is going to get increased. Input voltage is going to get increased. Input voltage is going to get increased means what? When the resistance is going to increase, then only the voltage is going to increase. In the formula for V is equal to I into R, when I is constant, when R increases, V increases. Therefore, same as this. That's it. Once if you know these two differences, you can simply write it for other very easily, very easily. Voltage shunt, voltage, both are first term is same, so R naught should decrease. Shunt means what? Ri should decrease. So here what happens? Shunt mix means what? Current is going to increase. The input current should increase. Now when the current flow increases, when the resistance decreases, then all the current flowing through that resistor. When the resistance is going to decrease, then the current is going to increase. Therefore, input resistance should tend to zero. Coming to current shunt. Output resistance is normally 10 to infinity, input resistance 10 to 0. So R naught means tends to decrease. So R naught tends to 0 means what? What is the meaning of tends to 0 means? Tends to decrease, whereas R tends to infinity means that tends to increase. So increasing is represented by, this is important now, increasing is represented by a multiplication of the factor 1 plus a beta with a required parameter, while decreasing is represented by division of factor 1 plus a beta of the required parameter. Hence we write the formulas for series mixing, shunt mixing, something like this. So for series mixing, Ri should tend to infinity. That means Ri should increase. Increase means what? The input resistance should increase. Increase means what? We multiply the input resistance by 1 plus A beta. So for shunt mixing, Ri should compulsorily decrease, should tend to 0. That means it should decrease. Therefore, we divide Ri by 1 plus A beta. So this is the formula we should remember by seeing the logic. So logically, you should be in a position to remember the formulas directly. In the examination, if problems are given, you should be in a position to write down the formulas directly without deriving them. Anyway, we derive them now in the next session. But today, let us see how we normally going to write this by looking into this. Okay, so that means this mixing is not done at the input side. So since mixing is not at the input side, we normally going to get the input resistances by the two types of mixings. Then output side, we normally going to sample. What we sample? We sample either voltage or current. If you sample output as a voltage, then R naught should tend to 0, because we get a voltage from the voltage source. Where from we get a voltage in general? We get a voltage from a voltage source. So therefore, what is the internal resistance of a voltage source? Ideally, it should be 0. That means due to this voltage sampling, R naught should tend to 0. Therefore, ROF is equal to Ri by 1 plus A beta. Similarly, for current sampling, Ri should tend to infinity. That is, ROF becomes equal to, it should increase. Increase means what? We multiply R naught by 1 plus A beta. So these are the formulas which are very, very important to remember. Okay, three formulas. One formula is going to be the gain formula for various types of amplifiers, and another formula is going to be the input resistance and output resistance of various types of topologies involved. So these are the basic things which are very much essential. So as I was talking to you, please try to prepare the notes while you are listening to the classes. Why? Because this particular subject is going to have with analysis. We write the conclusions based on analysis we normally do in the case of the AEC subject. So thank you very much for the today's session.